Okay guys, we're going to be doing 5 exercises. 2 of the exercises may need some kind of scaling, one in particular. They're all basic. First one is just a body weight squat. Now remember, when you're doing a body weight squat, you want to have your feet shoulder width apart. Your feet are going to be just ever so slightly splayed, not completely parallel. And before you break at the knees, I want you to break at the hips. So that means if you see me from a side angle, before I start bending my knees and bringing them forward, I want to bend at the hips. So I kind of fold at the hip. It's like a hip hinge. And once I initiate that fold, I can feel it in my hamstrings, and I'm going to pull myself down to below parallel, and I'm keeping my weight on the heels the whole time. I never lift the heels off of the ground. I find it kind of easy to bring my hands up almost into a prayer position at the bottom, just because it helps with balance and counterbalance. Some of you are, if you're just starting, you're going to find it hard to get depth in your squats, and you want to go deep in your squats, trust me. So if you can't get that depth yet, what you can do, hang on to something. Hang on to a countertop, hang on to the kitchen sink, anchor yourself, because that's going to probably allow you to get the depth that you need in the squat without toppling over backwards, which can be the problem. The other one that may require scaling is just a standard push-up. So I'm going to be doing mine from the toes on the floor. You can do a kneeling version. If you're doing a push-up from the knees, a kneeling push-up, I want you to keep in mind, again, this one you don't want to fold at the waist, okay? So in other words, your push-up can't look like this because you're folding here. You want to push your hips forward. Keep a nice straight line and a flat back. And keep your elbows close as you come all the way to the ground and push up. If that doesn't work, use an incline. Do a push-up off a bench, a counter, and for real beginners who are just starting out, you may want to do them off a wall. If you're doing them off the wall, it's probably best to do them from your fists because it will place it at a better angle. So those are your options. The other exercises you should be okay at, we're going to be doing glute bridges, which are simply just lying down on the floor, and you raise your hips up so you get a nice straight line. You're going to squeeze your glutes and your abs at the top and come back down. That's all that one is. And there's another one which simulates, almost kind of call it an invisible pull-up, okay? But we're going to be doing it from a prone position, so you're going to be lying down on the floor, and it's as if you have a pull-up bar overhead, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and bring that bar behind your head, behind your neck, and then keep flexing as you straighten your arms again. Pull down. So this is, it's almost like a dynamic tension technique. As you're pulling down behind your neck or behind your head, you're really engaging those shoulder muscles, the muscles in your back, your lats, and a little bit of biceps. And you should really feel this exercise. This one is not to be done for speed, it's to be done for time. All right, way this workout is going to work, we're going to take 5 exercises. We're going to work in 1-minute intervals. I kind of like, if you're beginning, specifying a time interval, not number of reps, because you'll be able to scale it according to your ability. It doesn't matter whether you do 10 reps in 60 seconds or whether you do 30 reps in 60 seconds. I want you to go for form and quality movement over speed. Don't rush these. So we're going to have 60-second intervals. In between the 60 seconds, we're going to take a 30-second break before we go into the next exercise. So, shall we get started?
job, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, finish frames on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep, these no Cartiers. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa. Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip. Neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood that's me, neighborhood that's Nick. Neighborhood do the dance, neighborhood do the deal. Okay, thought I'd never make it like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, yeah, I'm rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. Those on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, yo, no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since the fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa. Go. Kid for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in. Kid for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold. Bang roll, on the go. Ice wall. Kid for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in. Kid for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in.
Okay, we're taking a 60-second break. We're going to do this again. You can do this probably 2 or 3 times with a 60-second break in between. This time I'm going to scale two of the exercises. I'm going to scale the body weight squat and a push-up, just to show you some options. A lot of people have trouble in the body weight squat getting to below parallel and staying on the heels, because even if they properly hip hinge, once they get down to a certain level, they're going to feel like they want to topple over backwards. I suggest you hang on to something, like a counter or the kitchen sink. I call these kitchen sink squats. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go in about 5 seconds. I'm going to use this for my support today. Here we go. Excellent. 30-second break. Push-ups. You can start on a wall. If you use a wall, probably use your fist. It's going to keep you in a better position, and your back must be perfectly flat. Push yourself to the wall and push up. That's the easiest way of scaling a push-up. You can also do an incline, which I'm going to do today, or you can go to the knees with your hip open. All right, another 30-second break. We're going to do alternating reverse lunges. Reverse lunges I find easier on the knees than doing forward lunges. That's why I recommend them for beginners. If you have trouble, you could use something for balance, but you may not need to. Try and get as deep as you can. Chest up, big steps. Good stuff.